for watching the AWS It Is That Easy series. In this video, I'll be demonstrating the new calculator provided by AWS. We'll be doing a cost estimate on one of the core AWS services, being the Amazon EC2. The AWS pricing calculator is publicly available, meaning it can be accessed by anyone. To access the site, you will need to enter this address, calculator.aws. Once you're on the page, you'll see at the bottom we've been provided with a summary of how it works. Firstly, we need to add the service, configure the service, and finally view the estimate totals. Let's get to it by clicking on Create Estimate. AWS has over 200 services and will continue to add more services on the new calculator. In this exercise, we'll just search for EC2. Once you locate the service, just click on the Configure button at the bottom. Once you're on this page, you'll be required to select the region where you want to host your service. For this example, I'll just choose Ireland. Change region. Once you've selected the region, we need to define the EC2 instance specification. This consists of the operating system and the instance type. So you'll need to choose one of the supported operating system, which will be, I'll just choose Windows Server for instance. Once we've selected the operating system, we need to choose the instance type. There are two ways of choosing the instance type, one being entering the minimum requirements for the instance, and the other being searching the instance by name. So we'll first do with the entering the minimum requirements by specifying the resources for the virtual CPUs and the memory size. So for instance, we'll choose 8 CPUs and 32 gigs of RAM for this specific instance. AWS calculator will then match it to the best instance, which is the T2.2x large, and it gives you a summary of what that instance, the summary of the instance specifications. Another way would be by just selecting on the search instance by name. Then you have the option to search for the instance that you're looking for, or you can just type it down. For instance, we can choose the T3a.small. It will also give you a brief summary of the instance. Once you're happy with the selection, you can then choose the amount of or the number of EC2 instances that you need. We'll then select maybe that to 2, 100%. The next step will then be choosing a pricing model. The first one being the EC2 Instance Savings Plan. This is a commitment that a customer makes when purchasing an EC2 instance. For instance, you can opt to choose the reservation term of 1 year or 3 years as the maximum. And you also have options of payment options where you can opt to do a no upfront, partial upfront, or full upfront. And as you select different option, the pricing changes. You also have an option to select or to show the calculation, and this will give you a detailed pricing calculation. If you see at the bottom, there's the total cost of how much the instance will cost at the end of the month. And you can also view into detail as to how much this instance will cost you per hour. The final one will be attaching the EBS volume to the instance, where we choose the different types of EBS types. The first one being the SSD. The next one will be the Provision IOPS SSD, Throughput Optimized called HDD, which is hard drive, and Magnetic, which is the cheapest and slowest out of them all. We then have to define the storage amount, 100 gigs, and you also get to choose the type of size in megabytes, gigabytes, or terabytes. You can also click on Show Calculation just to show a detailed information of how the volume is being calculated, and it will give you the cost of that volume at the bottom. Once you're happy with all the selections, you can just scroll up just to make sure that you've got everything in place. And once you're happy with your selections, you can view the total cost right at the bottom, and you can click on add to my estimate. Once you've added to your estimate, you'll see the first 12-month total cost of $796. If you had to do an upfront, you'll be paying $532.61, and the total monthly cost will be $22. You can then save and share this link to your customers with your customers, but you need to agree and you need to click on agree and continue to accept the terms. You can click on copy public link, which can be shared with your customer. Thank you for watching.